Hello fellow bass fishermen, this is jcbassfishingchannel, and today we're gonna provide you with video number 2 about how to fish as a co-angler. And this video is going to be on the rods and the setups that I use when I fish as a co-angler. There is no particular special order that I am going to show you which one I use or why I use it. I'm just going to show you the rod that I use and the reel that I use, the line that I use, and then you can use it in whichever lures you decide to use, as I explained to you what I use that rod for. So before we get going, make sure that you subscribe, and right here in the bottom, make sure you subscribe so you can watch more of the future videos that I'm going to be showing when it comes to bass fishing. So without further ado, let's do it. Okay, fellow bass fishermen, we're going to get started with the 6 rods that I use as a co-angler. And first of all my rods are Enigma rods, and right now I have a combination of the HPT, which are the high performance titaniums, and also have a combination of the Enigma Phantom rods. So I'm going to be talking to you about these rods today. The first rod that I'm going to talk to you about is an HPT 7-foot medium fast, and I use this rod for my crankbaits. I also throw my Sencas, light spinnerbaits, and sometimes Nico reeds or any small top water. I have this rod combined with the Ardent Apex Elite, and this reel is a 6x5x1 gear ratio, and I use Vicious Fishing fluorocarbon line. This one is 10 pound that I use for my crankbaits. So my first rod is a crankbait rod, mainly 7-foot medium fast Enigma high performance titanium. Alright guys, my second rod is a 7-foot medium heavy Aaron's Edge Enigma rod. And this rod, right now I have a spinnerbait, a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait tied to it. But I use this rod for light Carolina rigs, swim jigs, spinnerbaits, sometimes Texas rigs, and some small top water too. So you have a big combination of the different types of lures that you can use. I have this rod combined with Apex Elite Ardent reel, and this one is the same one as the other one. It's a 6x5x1 gear ratio. However, on this one I'm using Vicious Fishing fluorocarbon line 12 pound. I use on this one 12 pound, and the rod has a very good feel to it. The tip is very fast, so it allows you to cast far, and it has a lot of compensation when it comes to catching a big fish. The tip of the rod has a lot of compensation, so you don't lose those big fish. So my second rod is a medium heavy 7-foot Aaron's Edge Enigma rod with a Ardent Apex Elite 6x5x1 gear ratio reel, and 12 pound fluorocarbon line from Vicious Fishing. Alright guys, my third setup rod is a 7.3 Aaron's Edge heavy fast action rod, and this one is a 7.3 because I have this one set up with an Arden Apex Pro with a 7.3/1 gear ratio. So this one has a faster gear ratio, and I have on this one Vicious Fishing braided line, and this one is a 50-pound braided line. And I use this one, as you can see, I have a frog on this one, but I use this one mainly for frogging, flipping, pitching, sometimes swim baits on heavy areas, because it's strong enough to allow me to pull those big fish out of grass, out of lily pads, out of timber, whatever I use it. So I have multiple uses for this rod right here and this combination. The rod is very durable, is strong, very strong, and the tip is got fast action tip, so it allows you to cast far, and also it compensates a lot when we catch those big fish, that the rod allows you to bring those fish in and put them in the boat. So my third rod is a 7.3 Aaron's Edge Enigma rod, heavy fast action with an Arden Apex Pro 7.3/1 gear ratio and Vicious Fishing braided line 5-pound, 50-pound resistant. So that's my third setup as a co-angler. Alright guys, my next setup is a 7.3 medium heavy Enigma Phenom series rod. And this Phenom series rod, the reason why I chose this one as a 7.3 is because it allows me to throw bigger lures. I use this one mainly for Carolina rigs, Texas rigs, and also if I have to use deep diving crankbaits like XD5s, XD6s, XD8s, it allows me to cast those lures far enough that I can get them down to the bottom to the fish. Also, it's a strong rod that allows me to bring those big fish in, and they're very sensitive. So when you're throwing like a Carolina rig in this setup that I have right now, or a Texas rig, you can feel all the bites, even the smallest bite you can feel it. Now I have this setup with an Arden Apex Pro, which is a 7.3/1 gear ratio, which allows me to bring those fish from deep water back fast, because sometimes they will swim with the line, and you have to be able to catch up, and so you bring them in fast. When I have to use it for my deep diving crankbaits, then what I do is I have the same line. In this case, I have 12 pound, I mean not 12 pound, but I have 14-pound fluorocarbon Vicious Fishing line on it, but I have an additional reel with a 12-pound fluorocarbon, and it's the lower gear ratio reel is the 6x3x1, and I use that one for my deep diving crankbaits. So all I had to do is switch reels, and then I'll be able to fish those deep diving crankbaits. But this is my next setup. I mean, it's got multiple uses when it comes to, that's why I chose a 7.3, because it allows you to cast farther, and it also allows you to feel those bites that you get when you're fishing ledges and brushes and deep structure. So this is my next setup. Let's go ahead and talk about the next one. All right, so my next setup, guys, is a spinning rod, and this one is an Enigma Phantom Titanium series, and I have this one set up with an Ardent Bolt 2000, and this rod is a medium fast action 611, and I use this rod to throw my shaky heads. I use this rod to throw my small jigs, Senkos, my tubes, my flukes. Like right now I have a weightless fluke set up on it, and I have this one tied up with vicious fishing line, braid line, and I have 15-pound braid line on it with a 10-pound leader fluorocarbon, and the feel on the rod is absolutely great. It allows you to pull those fish from on their docks by, you know, shallow water laydowns and stuff like that. The reel is perfect. The drag works fantastic. And it's a great rod. I usually just take this spinning rod and I use it for all the spinning lures that I have to use. But this time I'm going to show you an additional one that I like to use sometimes to ensure that I don't, to prevent from changing lures all the time on this spinning rod. But anyways, this is my number 5. I usually take only 5 rods when I go fishing as a co-angler. But I'm going to show you 6 today because there are some times that I take 6, and that's what my setup as a co-angler is. But my number 5 is a Phantom Titanium series 611 medium fast action with an Ardent Bolt 2000 on it. But my number 6 rod is a Enigma HPT rod, and this one is a medium light action spinning rod, and I have this one combined with an Ardent Finesse 2000 spinning reel. And this rod, I mainly use it for 2 things. I use this rod for my drop shot, and I use this rod for my small net rig. That's it. I don't use this rod for anything else. So if my boater tells me that you know, we're going to be fishing finesse, we're going to be fishing real slow, the fish are very difficult to catch because they're very lethargic or whatever the reason is, then I take this additional rod and I use it for 2 things only. Like I said, drop shot and net rig. That's it. So like I said, this is my number 6. I don't take it with me all the time, but I also recommend that. It's a 6.9 medium light action, and I use this rod for drop shot and net rig. So this is my last rod. So guys, those are my setups for as a co-angler. I hope that I'm able to help some of you when it comes to selecting the type of rods that you want to use. Please make sure that you subscribe and hit that button down in the bottom, and also hit that bell so every time I come up with a video you can watch this video, and hopefully some of my experiences that I share with you are able to help you guys too. So thank you for staying this long with me in the video. And for those of you that are already subscribers, thank you for subscribing and following me. And those of you that are new, I hope that you subscribe to this video and follow me on this nice journey about bass fishing and all the different techniques and tips that I can share with you as I go through my bass tournaments. So thank you again. Have a great day. See you in the next video.